Oh, hi there. Welcome to Frankly Speaking. My name's Frank, and I want to talk to you about a few things today. Well, actually, I want to talk to you about one big, important topic. And I'm going to make a statement here, and as an alpha male, there might be some other alphas out there that might try to challenge me, and I will challenge you any day to a duel or a battle of wits. But the statement goes something like this. There are a lot of males in the world, but there are not a lot of men. Yep, I said it. There are a lot of males in the world, but there are not a lot of men. And here at the Bear and Wolf Show, we only associate ourselves with real men. Well, now you might be saying, well, Frank, that sounds like a lovely slogan, but what do you mean by that? Well, I'm glad that you didn't ask, because I'm going to tell you. So, there are many qualities of what it means to be a real man, really the first and primary role of being a real man is to take your role and responsibility in the world to help repair the relationship that a lot of males a long time ago and over the course of history have been slowly really diminishing and destroying our relationship with women. So the first bit of advice that I could give you, if you're trying to be a real man, is when you see a beautiful woman walking down the street and you pass her by, smile and appreciate the beauty and move on with your day. Simple enough, right? When you gawk at her or you stare and start drooling or, you make a woman feel creeped out, you know exactly what you're doing, and real men don't do that. So that's a really good first example way to set this off. So, in my view, and I can only really give you the advice to always be your personal truth, but we should always be trying to be a better version of ourselves on a daily basis. So there are a lot of ways that you can do that. You can put systems in place to make your mind and body healthy and to be disciplined enough to take ownership and empower yourself to make good, smart decisions. So let me talk to you about another item that I feel would be helpful for you. So many people out there are looking for love, and there's nothing wrong with that. And actually, in my humble opinion, it's the greatest and primary reason why we're here on this earth is to love others. And when you're on that journey of love, you need to understand that the fairy tale dream is out there. You do not have to settle for less than what you deserve and what you want for yourself. And if you really try to work on yourself, then everything else has a way of falling in line. And what I mean by that is that it's not about finding the right partner. It's about being the right partner. For those of you in relationships, how are you when your partner's not around? How do you act when no one's around? It goes beyond relationships. How do you conduct yourself when there's no camera on? And that can really tell you a lot about yourself as in this journey of continuously trying to discover and learn more about who you are. I know that's what I do, and I have a lot of daily systems in place. Little by little, I'm able to change, manifest, and positively impact my reality. And, it starts at taking good care of your body and taking good care of your mind and understanding that there's a correlation between the two. So, what else does it mean to be a real man? Well, I can only share with you my truth, right? And I can tell you, to me, I believe being a real man is similar to a true Renaissance man. And what I mean by that is, we are kings and queens, people, and we really truly are. And when you treat yourself like such, you end up raising your standards. You end up just positively impacting those around you. And let's be honest, a monarchy is not so good for the world, but it might be just what you need for the household. Obviously, this only applies to, when I use king and queens, that's however you want to really look at that. Kings and queens generally has a male and female, a woman and man connotation to it, but you can apply these principles in any type of relationship. And over here at the Bear and Wolf Show, we love everyone. It doesn't matter what you look like or who you love. you're welcome to have a conversation with us. We love everyone. And we know that when we learn more about people, the more and better we understand them. And if only we could focus on the things that we have in common instead of the things that separate us, the beautiful things we could accomplish would be quite a sight to see. So as you go along trying to become a real man, or improving upon the real man that you already are, then I can give you my perspective of being a Renaissance man. It's kind of like, I'll write you a love letter in the morning, and then I will go into battle for you. I used to think that part of being a real man meant that you never get in any physical altercations and that you're always so peaceful and you got to be passive. Well, turns out that's not really true. However, if you're practicing being a real man in your life, you very rarely ever see yourself in these kinds of awkward or potentially violent situations. However, a real man does have to act in those situations sometimes. For example, tying it back to what I first mentioned, when you see someone gawking at a woman that's just trying to go about her day or get to her car or whatever, when you see something like that, you have a duty to speak out in that moment towards that male. So when you do that, you have to understand, being a real man, most of the time you're just going to have a very straightforward, direct, assertive conversation with that person, and it's a very low chance that person would try to have a physical altercation with the real man. There's a psychology game that happens there as well. It's not to say that there's never any physical altercations, and that's why you should always be prepared if you're taking that step. I am not in any way encouraging violent behavior. However, if someone reacts violently to you, you need to be ready to prepare yourself. That's part of being a real man, right? So, anyway, that's kind of a summary, or at least a first video for you, frankly speaking, and I hope you liked it. We have so much more to talk about on this topic. I just wanted to give you a little bit of nugget on what it means to be a real man, and kind of a theme and feel for how a lot of these conversations are going to go. So, grab your favorite cup of coffee, grab a nice comfortable robe, and get comfortable, because we're going to have a really great conversation in the coming days, weeks, months, and years. I look forward to hearing from you. If you would, it would really help us. If you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing. The Bear and Wolf Show, this is just the beginning. You don't even know what we have coming for you. We have so many different wonderful, beautiful segments and ideas and skits and funny stuff and real stuff, but this is all meant to make a positive impact on your life. That's why we're doing it. So, we'll talk to you soon. Oh, damn it, I did the finger guns again.